Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today, I want to have a conversation with you, not about the next Magic the Gathering set, and not about the current Magic the Gathering set, but I want to talk to you about March of the Machine, the Aftermath. This is our Magic the Gathering shelves that I'm building right now and putting up at the new store. I only tell you that because that's why this is on my mind, and also, man, I hope that someday we get to meet together in this room. I was just thinking about this today. I hope we get to meet together in this building and play some Magic together. Not just interact with each other in the comment section or in the videos, but I hope to get to meet some of you guys. Maybe we'll do some big events, some yearly summer events or something like that for Kitchen Table TCG that can get people in our awesome new space. I'm so stoked. We're going to be opening up in the new location on the 24th. Lots of things going on. I'm sorry I haven't been posting videos. It is a lot to transition a store and to expand in this way. So hopefully we'll be back to regular content. I just bought like another $4,000 PC and lights and camera setup for doing some streaming here. So I'm super excited about that. And we'll be really gearing up for content. Hopefully at the end of this month, we're just like full on way back at it. So, strap in. But today we're talking about March of the Machine, the Aftermath. And here's why I want to talk about this. I think that Wizards of the Coast is trying new things to adapt to the public reaction to A, their price change from 2 or 3 years ago, but B, to some of the issues with price, being priced out of product. And I think that March of the Machine, the Aftermath is one of the ways that they are testing how can they change some of their products in order to better suit the community. And I think that's good. I hope that that's what they are doing. And so I want to talk about those things. So March of the Machine Aftermath. Now this is not the next set. The next set comes out on the 21st, and that one is just called March of the Machine. And I know this perpetual hype of sets coming up, kind of goes against what I'm saying with Wizards listening, but they have to test some things out. And I understand testing out products in supplemental things rather than in their main sets. I think that's actually pretty smart as a business move. So this is not the main set. This is another set that comes out on May 12th, okay? This set has 3 products, one of which is similar, one of which is basically the same, and that is the bundle. The bundle is essentially the same thing. The price really hasn't changed very much on it. I think for you as a consumer, you can expect to get these around $40, maybe a little bit less if you are in a store or something like that. But those are going to have 8 epilogue packs, which are very similar to the set packs. They have a foil, whatever. That's going to be basically the same thing. A bundle, it's got the die, whatever. All right, so ignore that. But the collector boxes are much different. From my perspective as a store, I am seeing a 17% reduction in the cost of the collector box, which is really, really good. I think that it puts it into the price point of old collector boxes, like when they first started collector boxes, and puts it in this price point where it's much more accessible for a store to feel like they're gonna be able to sell it for, whatever. So 17% less cost. I think you will be able to pick up these boxes, and this is what's important to me, under $200. Over $200 for a collector box. The recent prices, some of the distro cost is over $200 on the recent collector boxes. Even the standard boxes are pretty close to $200 for a collector box for stores. These boxes, I think consumers will be able to pick them up between $185 and $200 probably. And I think that's a really, really good price point for you as consumers for a collectible booster box. I think in my mind, I guess on the simple terms, I just think of a booster box as a $100 box still because I'm old. But like double that seems like a collector product should be good. But now let's see what's in there, right? Because that matters. You're still getting 12 packs, which I think is a win. You're still going to get 12 packs from these collector boxes. But what they've done is they've reduced the number of cards per pack, and they've gotten rid of all the commons. So instead of getting like 15 cards in a pack and you get a bunch of commons, you're just going to get 6 cards per pack. This is wild. I know it's crazy. You're just going to get 6 cards per pack, and 5 to 6 of them are going to be foil. And in those 6 cards, 4 rares plus, like 4 rares or mythics or whatever, and then 2 uncommons. So essentially, for a gigantic reduction, like 17% is a huge reduction, stores are getting the same amount of mythics and rares to sell to you in pack form. Like the end user, we care about the comments, but they don't have very much value. They don't add any value to the booster box when you open up all the commons. They add value in that you can play with them or whatever, but you can pick those up really cheap now. Like, because of the amount of foils that are in the world, you can pick them up really cheap. So I actually really like this. It makes it easier for you to buy a box. It makes it easier for a store to sell a box, and you get the same amount of valuable cards out of the boxes. So I think this is a really good test. And with collector boxes really not being draftable, this seems like a really good transition for collector boxes, period. I don't see why we wouldn't want this as a consumer. Leave a comment in the comment section if you rather pay an extra 20% for your box. You rather pay an extra almost 40, 50 bucks. What is that? Yeah, almost 40 bucks in order to have 100 foil commons. Let me know if that's where you're at. That's not where I'm at, and that's not where I see consumers. I see consumers, in my store at least, that $220 threshold is really hard for people to justify buying a box. If you get it under that price, I think it makes it easier for people to pick them up. So that's the collector box. I think it's a huge win. I do think they are testing something here to see, is this the way they want to move forward. So then you have the epilogue booster, and now this is where things get a little bit hairy because it's like another change in the product name. Like, we have the bundle that's the Phyrexian complete bundle here in All Will Be One, and now we have the epilogue booster box, which is essentially a set box with some similar changes to the collector box. The epilogue box is 24 packs, and they change all this stuff up. I think Dungeons and Dragons, the Baldur's Gate, I think that was like 18 packs. I think the current set boxes, I think they're 30 packs. It's just all over the place. But these epilogue boxes are going to have 24 packs. I think you'll be able to get those at about $100, which again, I think is a really good price point for a set box. I wish set boxes now, I could be selling them for $100. Again, I really feel like that is the consumer's view, is like $100 is a booster box. I feel like that's a win. And so I think you'll be able to pick those up pretty easily for about $100 for the epilogue boxes based on the cost for us. And each epilogue pack has a foil. It's just like a set pack, but it only has 5 cards. Again, they got rid of the comments. So it's not a draftable product. So why do you need the draft chaff is essentially what they're doing. So you're going to get 1 to 3 rare plus, so 1 to 3 rares or mythics, and then 2 to 4 uncommons. There's 1 foil per pack and 1 showcase per pack. So again, I just think this is a great looking product. I think it's a great solution to reduce the costs for the consumer and really provide the same end value. And like Pokemon did this initially. When Pokemon is changing their price point, they are adding value. Like, boxes are going up, I think I don't remember the percentage off the top of my head. It's like 11% or something close to that, like the Magic change was. But when Magic changed the value of the boxes, they didn't do anything to continue to give you value. Pokemon's doing a foil in every pack of their things. In the bundles, they're putting an extra pack in the bundles that they rose the price for. So really, per pack, it's about the same price as it was. And Magic, when they did their price increase, they didn't really do that. But here now on the back end, and I think because of a lot of the backlash, you're seeing them come back to figuring out how to give you value for that same kind of price point. I think that's a win. So as a result, cheaper boxes, less bulk, and I think that's huge. So I'm very curious what you think in the comment section about this, because I'm ecstatic about it. I think this set, we don't know a ton about the set. I personally think this set's going to be a lot of reprint, kind of like staple-y cards in different versions for the, for the lore and the whatever. But I think if they put some actual reprint equity in it, this set could be very, very good. I'm not telling you to pre-order right now. It is far too early to pre-order any of that stuff. I am just trying to understand where Wizards is, what they're doing. And I personally think they're testing this out for future sets for standard releases. So pretty interesting. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. We're going to talk about the Commander decks pretty soon too. I'm going to give you my hot take here, and then we'll pick it up later in another video. I got to do a little bit more research, but the Commander decks for the regular March of the Machine product, they've got 10 specialty cards in it that are not in the 100 cards. And a lot of people are talking about, are these Plains Chase cards? And Plains Chase is by far my favorite Magic format. Playing Commander Plains Chase, by far my favorite way to play the game. other than Pauper. But I actually think that these are going to be an adaptation of Plains Chase that actually are cards that you play from your hand, much like the dungeons in when you're exploring the dungeon or whatever the card does in the D&D set. These are going to be things that a card's going to tell you to go to the plane, and that's going to affect the whole board state. I think that's going to be pretty cool. So all in all, pretty excited about the next stuff in Magic the Gathering. Can't wait to chat with you. Hopefully we'll see you someday here in the building, and hopefully you see me on the screen a little bit more often as I've been working so hard getting this done. Anyway, hopefully you have yourself a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. And remember, whatever you're going through right now, if it's frustrating, if it's hard, if it's too much for you, just take a deep breath and remember that you matter, that you have a reason for being here, and that you can make it through this. Yeah, leave a comment. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. And thank you for being here.